feels like we've been talking about him for about 3 years since he was drafted. Of course, I'm talking about Bijan Robinson out of Texas. He's maybe the most hyped rookie I've certainly ever known. So he's a junior coming out of Texas. He's a 5-star recruit, 6 foot, 220 pounds. Let's be honest, he can do everything. What's not to love?
Yeah, I think the nice thing is that we haven't gotten to the point with Bijan like we do with a lot of other rookies every year where we're bored of talking about them. I'm glad we haven't reached the point with Bijan where we're overthinking Bijan. He's special, right? Like I've started to see like just like a smattering of people be like, oh, is Bijan really better than Brees Hall was a year ago? Or is he really better than the answer is yes. He's the best running back prospect since at least Saquon, probably. And I think what really makes Bijan Robinson special is he's a really unique blend of size, speed, and like legitimate receiving chops. Not like a big back who can be an outlet receiver, but he's somebody that you can legitimately split out wide, line up in the slot, create receiving touches for, and utilize in a variety of ways. He should be on the field all 3 downs like immediately in his rookie season. And I don't know. We do this thing every year where the NFL draft comes around and we start to overthink that, a running back won't go high or will Bijan go round 1? He's going round 1. I'd be shocked if Bijan Robinson didn't go in the top half of the first round of the NFL draft. Whoever takes him will surely be slotting him into a workhorse role right away. He's a stud.
Yeah, absolutely. It's difficult, isn't it? As you said, we get into these situations where these players get hyped and it's almost to a point where all they can do is disappoint. Yeah. And I think that with Bijan, it's like he does everything. He does everything well. He's so far yet to disappoint. And it's like, I'm one to get excited about these rookies and kind of get them up high in my dynasty rankings early. But Bijan's the dynasty running back 1 before he's even stepped on the football field, and it feels slightly ridiculous to have him there. But he can do everything. He is fantastic running the ball. I think he can basically fit any offensive scheme in terms of whether it's an inside zone, outside zone, whether it's an old school power running scheme. As you said, he's fantastic either catching balls out the backfield. He can split out wide. I don't see a flaw in his game.
No.
I just am so excited.
I know. It's like, you hate to make it sound like anybody's ever can't miss, but man, he feels as close as it gets, right? Like it'd be a shock to everybody if Bijan didn't hit the way we expect him to. Because I agree, even if you're somebody that typically likes to slow play it a little bit with where you slot rookies in dynasty rankings, like how at worst do you put him, outside the top 2 or the top 3? He's just a special kind of player, a special kind of prospect. And I mean, he showed it out the past, 2 years at Texas, right? Broke out early as a freshman for 700 yards and then over 1,100 in his sophomore year and then almost 1,600 in his junior year. So he lived up to the hype every bit of the way for the Longhorns, and I'm expecting the same thing once he makes it to the NFL.
Yeah, and it's not like he's a prospect that's done it. I know Texas are a very good college, but it's not like he's done it at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I know that he's an elite prospect, and Texas are a much better team than perhaps they've been over the past kind of 5-6 years. But this isn't like he's doing this behind 5 first-round offensive linemen as well. This is there are some holes on that offense. This isn't the greatest show on turf that we've ever seen, and he has produced despite what is around him as such.
For sure. Yeah. And I think that's a great point because despite it not being the best line at times, and despite being, like a bigger guy, he's super quick and like very crafty with the footwork through the hole and, getting through the line of scrimmage and kind of navigating traffic. Like he's really, I know it just sounds like we're gushing about the guy, but like you said at the beginning, like there's not a lot of holes to poke in his game. It's easy to fall in love with all of it. So I really expect him to show out early and often, and it would be a shock if he didn't, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. You can't expect anything less than RB1 numbers, right? And in contention for the RB1 as soon as he hits the field. Like,
yeah, I think, It sounds ridiculous to say it, but I think he's probably going to be a first-round pick in redraft,
Yeah.
which, like, you know, and I appreciate we're sitting here and it's not the greatest fantasy content to be said, this guy's amazing, let's draft him. But it's so true. Do you have any knocks or concerns about him potentially coming out?
I really don't. I really don't. I feel like he's as close to like a blue chip can't miss running back as you can get. He's a special talent. This is the guy, right? When for the last 2 years, when people were
Well,
saying,
there you go. There you got
trade
it.
for
101
2023
in your
picks.
drafts.
Yeah.
No matter the format.
Take him. If you get him, be happy you got him.